Hello and welcome to the Powerboost meditation. Today, let us experiment with the theme, Who owns my mind? Who owns my mind? As if I have given the ownership of my mind to someone. It's either the energy of truth, the energy of the divine, the energy of the soul, the spiritual energy. Or on the other side, it can be the energy of illusion, the energy of the role, the drama, the story around the role, characters around the role. And so who is it that owns my mind? The quality of life that I experience is directly proportional to really who owns my mind. If it is owned by the truth, then automatically the spiritual feelings of love, of peace, of unconditional acceptance, they begin to naturally emerge. On the other hand, if the role world is prominent, and if that is ruling or controlling or owning my mind, then fear and greed and comparison and all these sorrow, even a trace of it, they tend to be the natural experience of mind. And so it's up to me, who do I give the driver's seat to? Do I give it to the truth, the energy of the truth, or do I give it to the energy of illusion? And if I really think about it, how do I give the control? How do I give the ownership? It's really just by paying attention to it. The more I pay attention to the spiritual reality, the spiritual truth, inside me, inside everyone else, the spiritual backdrop behind everything that is happening in the external world. The more I pay attention to that, the more I give ownership to that. And the more I'm lost in the detail of whatever is happening around me, then once the role becomes prominent, my attention goes on the role, the inadequacies of the role, the imperfections of the role. So if I think what could be better all the time, or what is not right all the time, then it's as if I've given the ownership to the energy of illusion. Like, how do I shift the ownership? And how does it really happen? It's like by default, if I've forgotten the spiritual reality, it really means that the ordinariness has stepped in, and it eventually will take the mind under the control of illusion. We often call it Maya. And so it's important to realize that it's not intentionally that I would give the driving seat of my mind to Maya or illusion. I wouldn't do it intentionally. The intention would be to really have a spiritual experience. But in the process, if I've forgotten my reality, or if I have taken things for granted, then in a very sneaky fashion, this energy of illusion will take control of my mind. And that's where a lot of the spiritual effort will just go in getting rid of that illusion. It's like that experience of being seated on the throne of self-sovereignty will be only only seldom, not often. And so it's important to repeatedly, like throughout the day, to really pay attention to the truth, not to let go of the soul perspective, so that then only the energy of truth that eventually will translate into the energy of, let's say, love, acceptance, purity, everything. So I just really need to hold on to that as I go through my day. So let me always ask this question: who owns my mind in this moment? Who owns my mind? Whose dictates am I following? Is it the dictates of Maya, the illusion? Or is it the dictates of truth, the divine? And so then spiritual effort becomes very simple. It's just identifying. If I'm on the energy of truth, then I just need to simply enjoy. But if I realize that somewhere illusion has stepped in, just need to gently shift my focus again to the truth and allow the truth to then rule my inner world. So let us take a few moments and experiment with this thought. As we sit comfortably and relax ourselves, I gently shift my attention inwards. I begin to come closer to my inner world. And this is where I ask myself, who owns my mind? On one side is the energy of truth, the energy of the soul, the eternal presence, the being of light, the being who only knows peace, who only knows love, who is completely pure, innocent, is loved by the divine, is loved by everyone. That being, that energy of truth, who doesn't need anything from the story world, whose purpose of existence is to really be himself and express. And on the other side is the energy of illusion, the energy of the story world, the character world, where things are never perfect. Everything keeps on changing, where things are very uncertain. And it's very easy to lose hope. It's very easy to go into the mode of analysis. It's very easy to try to be perfect. And I realize that all that role side is on the side of illusion. I take a moment to step back, and I choose to be on the side of the truth. I pay attention to that which is eternally secure, that being of light, who is free from all the bondages, all the limitations of the story world. A being who belongs to the sky, who lives in the sky, who feels secure in just being himself. I pay attention to this energy of truth. I experience being completely absorbed in this experience of truth. There is no battle anymore. I can see life for what it is. I know myself. I know my eternal journey through time. I know that I belong to the divine, and the divine belongs to me. And everything else is unimportant, doesn't hold any merit to take space inside my mind. I instantly let go of all the other thoughts as I come in the influence of the divine. I allow my mind to be owned by the divine, by God, by the one who knows me completely. Completely surrendered to this eternal and most loving presence. I rest my mind on the divine. The energy of the divine allows me to feel safe, to feel loved, to feel myself without having to prove anything to anyone else. The unconditional love and acceptance of the divine makes my heart open. It allows me to see from this unlimited perspective. It allows me to pay attention to only the goodness and leave behind all that is not mine. having surrendered my mind to the One, it is natural for me to just be in constant remembrance. There is no need to make any effort just to be here, to feel loved by the Divine. I've given the control, the ownership of my mind to the Divine, so that the mind then becomes an instrument for world benefit, so that the energy of truth can vibrate through this mind, allowing souls to return back to their truth. And as I come back into the story world, I very naturally continue to pay attention to the truth, so that it's only the Divine that owns my mind. Om Shanti.